Hi everyone, it's Ginger from Stamping the Cape, and I'm here with my second January 2019 Stamp Club project. If you watch my first video, I give you all the information on what I'm doing. Just quickly, I'm using products from the Occasions catalog that just came out, and when you spend $50 in Stampin' Up! Product, it can be from the annual catalog, the Occasions catalog, or the clearance rack, or a combination, any of the three. You can pick a free product from the Celebration catalog anytime now through the end of March. The products I'm using today for this project is the Meant to Be bundle, which is in the Occasions catalog on page 6. It's right here. It's really sweet, and so we'll start. I don't want to waste any more time. Okay, so this is the card I'm making, and if you place a $35 order between now and January 30th using my hostess code, I will send you all 3 project supplies so that you can make them as well. So let me get going. All right, so we have, and again, I'm also providing you with a PDF instruction sheet that will have all the supplies I used with the measurements, and I'll have links to the videos as well. And that'll be on my blog, stampingthecape.com, that you can download for free. Okay, so let's just start by folding our cardstock and using my bone folder. All right, so I'm going to do some die cutting first. What I want to do is, I want to stamp first. And on this particular card, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to make it a real Valentine's Day card and use the Happy Valentine's Day that is part of the Meant to Be bundle. You've got Happy Valentine's Day just for you, Meant to Be, and then several little smaller stamps and these lovely hearts as well that coordinate with the dies that are in the set, as well as some of these really lovely embellishments. And we're going to use this die, or actually I've already used that die, but I'll show you that too. So I'm using Lovely Lipstick as my ink, and I'm going to be cutting out this smaller heart right here. So I want to try to, let's see if I lay that down, make sure I get it in the right spot. Right there would be good. All right, close up my ink pad. And we're going to be using this die and then the stitch die to cut out the blue heart. So let's bring my Big Shot over. And if I were doing this when I originally did this card, I used this die from the set that cuts out this lovely design of all these individual hearts, and I actually had applied our multi-purpose adhesive on the back of the cardstock first, and I'm using, this is free foil. It's the Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick foil that is actually in the Celebration catalog for free. You get 4 pieces of each foil piece, and you'll find it, let's see, on page 12 of the Celebration catalog. But what it also does is it gives you a bunch of these lovely little heart shapes that you can use. There's 3 different sizes. Oh, hell. 3 different sizes. So I've already cut those out. So we'll be using these 3 little hearts. But you get both. So you get, if you wanted to use this in another card or another project, and then you get all the little hearts to use as well. So that's kind of a double bonus. But I'm going to cut out the 2 hearts right now. Let's put those over there so I don't lose them. The other thing I'm going to do, I forgot about that. The other thing I'm going to do is, this is another piece of Lovely Lipstick. It measures 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to create, this is an edgelit die. So what I'm going to do is, it creates this little stitch scallop. And I'm going to put it along the upper edge of the paper. And I like to try to start and stop the edges with the same design if I can. And I use some removable tape to hold my die in place. You could use washi tape. Sometimes I find washi does tear. If you're using cardstock, it will tear cardstock. So I've gone to this removable tape. And then here's my other heart. Put that one this way. Don't start jumping around. Let's see. Okay. And run those through. All right, so we have, oops, I cut off the edge. Let me quickly get another piece so that I don't. So one thing I said about my my projects, you're going to see all the bumps, bruises, and warts when I make mistakes and everything, so that you know I'm not perfect. I can save that for another. I can cut a different heart out of that. So let me try cutting this again. Do it over here real quick. My Stamp Club members think that I do everything so perfectly, but I keep telling them I make mistakes too, as you can see. All right, there we go. That's better. And then we have this, a little bit of this. And so on this, what we're left with is that lovely little scalloped edge with the stitch. That's really, I think it's really cute. So all we have to do is put our card together. I was like, where'd my card base go? All right, so what we're going to do is take our piece of Designer Series paper, and this is from the All My Love bundle, or excuse me, All My Love suite, I should say. And we're going to attach this to the back of our Designer Series paper. Just going to run some snail along there. Get it up right to the edge. Come on. Let's see. And this does have a direction, so I'm going to put it this way. Oh, that was, yeah, I put it in back. Just talking to myself. I'm going to put it, there's a little indentation line. I'm going to put it from the die. I'm going to try to put it right along there to keep it as straight as possible. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap my ribbon. This is Flirty Flamingo. In the suite, there's also a double pack of ribbon, lovely lipstick, which I used on my first Stamp Club project, and the Flirty Flamingo, which is this 1/8 inch ribbon. So we're using the Flirty Flamingo. Now, what I normally do is I want to stabilize that ribbon on the back. So you can do a couple of things. I always like to run some adhesive on the back so that it's not sliding around everywhere. Now you could do it on, like I did on this card. I actually wrapped it around and tied my bow, but there's an easy way, I think, a little bit easier way to do this. You can tie your bow and get that piece out of the way. Oops. Sure you can. And I'll be giving you plenty of ribbon if you decide to actually wrap it around or try this technique. And so I'm going to get my bow there. Okay. So then what you can do, it's sort of like a fake wrap. You have your piece in the front, and then you can just wrap. Ooh, I almost did it a little short. You can just wrap the ribbon onto that adhesive in the back and stick it on, and then wrap the other side. Make sure you have it straight to the back, and then you can trim the excess off. So I've got more than I need, so I'm just going to trim this off. And I just want to make sure sure that's stuck on there. So, you know, you essentially have the same thing, except you don't have the little bands, but you might find, rather than trying to wrap it around the cardstock and tying the bow, you might find this method easier, whichever technique you like. So I'm going to just put my piece on. I'm going to attach this to the front. Get it as straight as I can. Okay, so we've got our Balmy Blue Heart and we've got our sentiment. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this. If you want to pop this up with dimensionals, this piece, you can do that. I'm going to pop the blue piece up. Sometimes I get concerned if you're going to mail things, if they're too puffy, you could end up paying extra postage, but if you don't mind doing that, you might want to pop them both up. So I will put dimensionals on the back of that. Go. And we can stick that on the front of the card. Oh, I already took that one off. Okay. And that's just going to go at an angle. And then I'm going to use glue dots for those little hearts that I cut out earlier. Little hearts. Go here. Oops. Got the glue dot sticking up a little bit. Roll that back. Stick one there. Stick one here. And one more. And you generally, whenever you're applying any kind of embellishments, you typically want to do them in odd numbers. They seem to, oh, that's right, I forgot it. They seem to look better when you have odd numbers of items rather than even numbers. Let's stick that one right there. So there you go. That's project number 2. And again, if you'd like to receive all three, the materials for all 3 of my projects, if you place an order of $35 or more, anytime until January 30th, I'll send you the supplies to create these 3 projects. If by chance you place an order of $150 or more, don't use the hostess code because you will get your own rewards, your own hostess rewards. So thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with one more project. Thank you.